losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I want to be the greatest.
All right, everybody, welcome to the GOI podcast. We're season 30. This is the third podcast of the year, so a little bit after the midway point, all getting ready for Thanksgiving. And of course, with us, we have the usual brain trust of the league, the experts, Coby, Dorian, and Jacob, with our
Hi.
international presence. So guys, we're what season week 10 right now. And we're coming through. We just updated. We've got probably about half the games played for week 10. And I guess probably time to take a look and see if we have any revisions to any surprises. Looking at it, the AFC playoff race, it looks like some clown up in Pittsburgh and then somebody in Indianapolis are leading the way in the AFC, both of them with 8-1 records. We recognize those two guys?
Two regular season warriors, if you ask me.
Wow, came from GOI's version of the Cowboys himself. Yeah. All right.
coming from the guy who never made it to a championship game.
So, wow, we started off hot tonight. It's late. It's late, night before Thanksgiving, and they're about to stuff a turkey, I think. So, all right. All right. So, what do you guys, Jacob? We'll start with you. You're on the other side of the league. Are these the real deal over here in the AFC? They worrying you in the NFC?
I'll be honest. Yeah, those are two good users. I really think it's just them. It's a two-horse race in the AFC. And I think it'll be like that until someone proves it otherwise.
That's right.
Wow. I want to make sure you said users, right? Not losers. Just making sure.
Users, yes.
All right,
good
okay.
users, yes.
All right. So what do you think? Who should we be more worried about? Are we more worried about the Steelers or the Colts? Put you on the spot.
If Dorian uses his head for 4 quarters, then Dorian. But otherwise, give me Coby.
Great.
Wow. So if Dorian loses, it means you didn't use your head, Dorian.
Why can't I just use it for 2 quarters of a game? 4 quarters is a lot of pressure.
Because if you use it for 2 quarters, you play like me. So, all right. What do you think? So, Dorian, I'll ask you. Anybody coming up that you're worried about? You got Las Vegas at 6-3, Buffalo 6-3. You got Jacksonville. He just beat the system. Marty just played the system and beat the system.
He did just beat the system. I have a trap game coming up with Matt, and I say it's a trap game because I have a rematch with Barclay the week after. That one loss on my record, that blemish, is hanging over my head, so I'm looking forward to that rematch. I really am. I got to deal with that, but I can't look past Matt and then get trapped up because that'll really throw me off. So looking ahead at my schedule, looking at Barclay and the Bengals, I don't know, he gives me trouble. And then from there, I think we play this pesky NFC team called the Lions coming up sometime soon. And we're going to see what we can do with that. So, nice.
Ain't doing shit when we play.
Wow. So, and for some reason he said that, and now there's 2 of them on the screen. Now there's none of them on the screen. Wow. This could explain Jacob's problem. His technology is not his friend right now. So, all right, Coby.
Last show, it was his T-shirt giving him problems. This week, it's technology. Go figure.
Yeah, at least he came dressed this time. That's definitely a plus. He's getting with the production. So, Coby, what about you? Who's scaring you in the AFC? Anybody?
For one, Wilkie. He did finally get a quarterback. Just mostly worried about if he's going to just show up to his games on time or not. He's been slipping here or there. Marty is big surprise. I'm actually very happy to see him, or actually the AFC South in general, send another team this year. Of course, Dorian, he actually does have the team and weapons to beat me this year. Like Jacob said, only way I'll win is if he beats himself, I'd say. But definitely Marty, because I beat him in a force win earlier in the year. Well, a fair sim win, which was just straight luck, but kind of scared to see him. We do play here in 2 weeks, so we'll see then.
Yeah, Dorian just picked up a new receiver too. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. So felt pretty good about that. I got like a handful of draft picks for losing 2 speeds, so I'm feeling okay about that. So, so all right. So, well, switching over, looking at the NFC side, I chanced to pick on on Jacob a little bit. So Dallas, he's 9-1. Lathan is 9-1, and then we have Jacob up there, and then we got this Codes guy in Carolina, 7-1. And then is Ray's both his losses? Did he lose a game or were those sim losses?
I think one was
I can let me look.
sim loss. Let me see here at the schedule. Because he just went on vacation last week.
He just beat Codes before he left.
Oh
I know
no, he
that.
actually lost. He actually lost to Denzel. I watched that game. It was a battle.
Yeah, no, those are real losses because he lost to Coby
Mhm.
Denzel back to back. So yeah, those are
Yeah.
real losses.
Okay.
Coby
All right.
actually played the best game of his life.
Of my life.
So yeah.
Hope you didn't like waste it all for the regular season,
Oh
Coby.
no, that's not happening anymore. I don't know if I can recreate that.
One and done.
That's it. So, all right. So, what do you think, Jacob? Who's scaring you over on your side of the world?
I mean, it's a lot harder over here than it is on the other side, but
Here we go.
But you know, respectfully, but it's just Ray, Codes, and Lathan. After today and what I've been taught by some people, Connor, I hope I play in the playoffs. But yeah, like I said, Codes, Ray, and Lathan, I hope you guys lose and I don't have to play you in the playoffs.
So, yeah, and that's kind of weird because we know Lathan can beat Ray on certain days, and now Ray's beaten Codes. And I wonder, has Codes beaten Lathan? Because
They have not played. Oh.
Yeah, because now who's coming up on Jacob? You have a game, I think, week 11. Who's that against?
Lathan.
I have Lathan next week.
Nice. So that's a game, guys. We should probably do the live commentary. I was messing with it earlier tonight, and I can definitely pull it off. I can share the screen, and we can just make fun of all of the bad decisions Jacob makes in
sign
that
me up
game.
for that, please.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
here for tribute.
You know, when they're pissing and moaning about, like, my quarterback, or, how did his quarterback do that? Well, there was like 3 defenders there. Maybe you shouldn't have thrown it, right? So, all right. So, I don't, so looking at that, guys from the AFC, so Dorian, Coby, who don't you want to see come out of that side? Who don't you want to meet in the Super Bowl?
I mean, I don't want to see Ray. I mean, I can beat Jacob. I can beat Lathan. I haven't seen Code, so I haven't seen him yet. So the unknown, I'm kind of excited for that. Ray always gives me a battle. We had the whole AFC battle last year. I don't want to see Ray. Jacob is on to the hot streak, so I kind of hope he, makes the run, and this is his year. But from Jacob's playoff history, I'm going to tell him now, cool your jets, keep your pressure limited, and do your thing. But we'll see if you can actually carry this to the playoffs. But Ray is the person I don't want to see out of the NFC.
Yeah.
Jacob, you're gonna have to go all the way this year to get some respect. Yeah, I mean,
I know.
they talk to you like you're me.
Yeah, some friends, right? These are some friends I have. Right?
Hey, history always repeats.
Oh man, so you.
If you put a silver medal to your name, I'll give you some respect. The silver medal means something.
We'll work on that.
I don't know. Silver medals just remind me of the Colts. Your participation, like what was it? Division finalist. So
always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
That's it.
Sounds like me.
All right, so talking about, we kind of covered any surprises since the last time we talked on either one of the anybody.
The Packers,
not the Packers. Let's look at Giants. The Giants. He's actually in the playoff picture.
He is in the playoff picture after finishing 2-15 last year.
Yes,
he just needed a quarterback,
and he's currently 6-4 in the playoff picture. So that was a big turnaround for sure. And like Coby said, Marty too, sitting at 7-3, and right in the thick of the playoff hunt. So yeah.
And then Lathan actually caring about regular season this year. That's changed.
Thank you for that, by the way.
And then the NFC North, he compared it to our AFC South division last year. It sounds like a lot of high paid players that might not see a playoffs this year.
Well, I can't play for all 3 other users in my division. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, the Bears are playing like the NFL Bears, so that makes sense. So
they are.
My biggest surprise is what's their faces? The Ryans and the Marie's. Those 2.
Yep. Jacob, I will say, I wouldn't
Go
say
ahead,
too.
admit it. I remember what you said week one. Go ahead, admit it.
I
Tell me.
wouldn't say too much. This schedule you have coming up, you have Lathan and Tom who can beat you. Emmanuel, Dougie is playing you to get 300 coin, and then you got Dorian right after.
The 300
Yeah.
point.
You got Dorian right after Tom again. Then you play Barclay if he shows up, and then you got Giants John who would probably decide if he's going to the playoffs or not. But we know he's going to neighbors every play.
Okay. So he's discrediting my record, John. I'm just so you know.
We just
That
know what usually happens this time of the year for you.
I felt like I was in an episode of like college football playoffs, and we're talking about strength of schedule, and yours sounds pretty weak so far.
Yeah, we're gonna try our best. We're in a good spot in our division. So even if we do crash and burn, all that matters is the playoffs.
All right. All right. That makes sense. So, all right. Well, with that being said, anybody want to revise Kobe? Who are you picking right now? So you're 4
Mhm.
more weeks into the season. Who do you see going all the way and squaring up in the Super Bowl?
So if I had to choose, it would definitely I would say Lathan and then Dorian, sadly.
Wow.
Um, I think Ray could get there, but Ray doesn't just have the team yet. His O line isn't good at all. He hasn't really focused in there. I believe the reason I kind of started pulling away from him in our game is he had a tight end at right tackle, so
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
he was still scoring, which is insane. But I don't think Ray's team is quite there. I think he makes some big trades this offseason because he's tired of the disrespect and maybe gets that team to compete with Lathan. But I think it's going to be Lathan and then Dorian Stack Steelers.
All right. So Dorian, Kobe picked you over him. Who are you picking to get to the Super Bowl at this point in the season?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw a wrench in there and say me and Jacob. I'm gonna give Jacob his, as he says, respect, and he's gonna actually care in the playoffs and win in the playoffs. Kobe beat me last year because I beat myself. We talked about it in lengths. So as long as I play all 4 quarters, guys, I should make the Super Bowl. But if Kobe plays his playlist and starts screaming in my ear again, we might have trouble.
Don't force me to play at 11.
See,
Unfortunately,
I don't know how you guys do that. You're like typing in your phones, you're talking in the group chat, man.
They do that.
Shut that shit down and focus on the game.
I say so, John. If I'm just sitting in peace and quiet, it drives me crazy. I have to have chaos around me to focus. I'm a chaos coordinator.
I got
So
you. Wait,
the more I got going on, the better it is for me to focus on things.
now that was something that actually OG Phil, that he used to listen to like a playlist. He
Mhm.
didn't listen to the game and he didn't listen to anybody else, but he would put on some
Yep.
good music. And I've done that, and it helps if you get. Problem is, I always get to like a shitty song in the third quarter, and then it all goes downhill. So I
You,
get some.
you definitely got to scan the playlist before the game starts.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
PBS songs for sure.
So I go from something super upbeat to like somebody's dying, and it's me.
Wow.
All right, Jacob, we already know you're going to pick you as one of them. So who else?
Humble in defeat, humble in victory, or whatever the saying is. We're gonna go with
Bullshit. All right, sorry.
we're gonna go with what's his name? Lathan. He did it last year.
Smart approach.
I
before
do
you play
think
it.
Codes and Ray are better, but their teams aren't there. But we're gonna give it to Lathan this year versus Kobe. I love you, Dorian. Thank you for picking us, but I'm going a rematch from last year, basically.
All right.
Where Kobe will win this time around.
Kobe will win. All right. I'm going to keep track of these because we keep picking people and we forget who we picked. So, Dorian, who wins between you and Jacob?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I'll be Jacob. I'll be Jacob twice this season. Mark it, Jacob.
We'll see you week 16, buddy.
That would kind of be, would that be the game, Kobe, Dorian versus Jacob? Is that just which one implodes first?
I'm gonna give it to Jacob, who's gonna implode. He did
Well,
beat Connor today.
Whooped that ass. We ain't beat it. We whooped that ass today.
I mean,
Sorry. My
yeah,
bad.
he tried to pass everybody but his tight end, and that's probably what killed him at the end. I'm gonna give it in an actual like week 16 game. I'm gonna give it to Dorian. He's gonna show you why he won the MVP last year. The guy can pass the ball really well. I'll give it to him.
And then so Coby, between Dorian and Lathan, who comes up on top?
That's tough.
That is tough.
That is tough. Oh, I can't even watch that game. It's going to be 102 to 89 to end the game. Uh, I'm going to say actually Lathan, because I don't know if you guys watch Dorian's games. When he throws a pick or something happens, he likes to beat his own self up and throw more picks and just give up on defense to make up for it. So
That has not happened since week 1.
Oh, I was gonna say, or stop playing altogether and just spend like the rest of the game bitching about Madden.
That has not happened since week 1.
in my ear.
So-
Dorian can stay composed.
And then Jacob put Connor there today. Dear Lord. So you tested all of Connor's self-control today. So
Yeah. I got a few DMs after the game as well, so you know it is what it is.
We don't expose the DMs. DMs are
I didn't say what he said. He just said something.
Yeah, we would probably
Connor's going
be
to trade his whole wide receiver core by then. Yeah, Connor's going to trade this whole wide receiver core by off season.
all right. So Coby, you've been tracking people that are on the in our award races this year.
Yes, sir.
Dear Lord, dude, like you're making us get seasick there. What are you doing?
ADHD
Bad enough we're looking up Jacob's nose, but now you're gonna get us seasick.
The ADHD is showing. So leading for MVP actually is Trey Lance. Who would have thought? Second, of course, right now is Anthony Richardson. I'm pretty sure I finished second last year. Seems like it's going to be
makes sense because you finish second all the time.
Third, we have Donald Parham. Hopefully somebody injures that guy. I don't know. He's racking up ridiculous yards this year. And then we have Joe Milton at fourth.
Yeah, Big Joe.
You're welcome.
Yep, Justin Fields is at that fifth spot.
He's gonna fall out of there.
And then John's quarterback is at number 6.
Wait, which John?
Giants.
Oh.
Yeah, not me. Not me.
He's having the season this year.
I passed for like 6 yards per attempt.
Mm-hmm. We'll go AFC first. Offensive player of the year, playing on a 0 contract, Mr. Saquon Barkley.
Is he really?
Yeah, right. Look at you running the ball.
Okay.
That's crazy. Jamar Chase is second, and then that's followed by Anthony Richardson, which is weird because he's second. I'll never win anything. Defensive player of the year is Nick Bolton.
AJ.
Yeah, AJ's doing something on defense there, I see.
Yeah, skip that. We don't talk about AJ in this show.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Sorry, no AJ. But second is this Adrian Childers guy.
Linebacker from the Bengals.
Yeah, did you throw 8 picks to him the first week?
I threw 4 to him. That linebacker particular, I threw 4. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Then followed by Patrick Queen at third. And then offensive rookie of the year is, of course, this. Kevin likes developing
the running back.
Yeah, he loves his rookie talent. His running back is at first, and then second is Will McClain, which I assume is a running back in the Browns because he did let go of Chubb. And then Jacoby Galloway at number 3. Done, hold on, feed the kid.
I don't know if you should cheer for the fact that you're Ray's son. Just let you know.
That's their love child. That's their love child.
Yep.
They're a DEI hire. So same-sex couple who adopted a kid and made him a football player. Dorian loves that.
AFC defensive rookie of the year is Childers from the Bengals, Fleming from the Bills, and then Spellman from the Jets. So seems like everybody's middle linebacker users this year. Flipping over to the NFC, best quarterback, Trey Lance, followed by Joe Milton. Never thought I would see that.
And you knew you were going to see it.
And then Kyler Murray.
Hey, Coby, why don't you put your phone down or something? Why are you moving like a toddler? I feel like I'm FaceTiming my son right now.
I can't do both, man.
The phone can't sit on the TV stand or something?
Terrible.
Don't you remember his first interview when it was in the car?
Yes.
I was going 90 miles per hour, by the way.
I know. I think Phil was going to get car sick.
Oh, God. NFC best running back Jameer Gibbs because he has a great O line. Is not
Who
getting
missed
touched.
4 weeks,
He's
but yeah,
missing 4 weeks.
he missed 4 weeks already.
Yeah, that's what
He
running backs
just he
do.
just does that. He's him.
Jonathan Brooks at 2, and then Connor's gonna hate this, but Brian Smash Williams at 3.
Crazy name, but
Best
anyways.
wide receiver is of course Malik Neighbors because he sees 105 targets a year. And then we got Justin Jefferson and then Chris Olave. Wow, same team.
Yeah, two wide receivers on the Vikings.
Mhm.
We need to check that run pass ratio on that team.
The best D line is Nolan Smith because that's Connor's user.
Who?
Nolan Smith.
Never heard of him.
He didn't show up today.
No, sir. Okay, I'm done glazing. I'm done talking about myself.
Disrespect.
And then Dexter Lawrence, and then Coby Turner. John's on almost every awards list. Best linebacker is Michael Parsons, followed by Brian Burns, and then Jared Verse of the Rams. And then best DBs, we have Devin Witherspoon, who I know is leading with 8 interceptions. Second is the rookie corner that the Colts drafted this year. And then
That dude's a freak.
I forgot his name.
it is Austin Easley.
Oh.
Yeah. The 6'2" or 6'3" corner.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
his name was Kirkland or something. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then third is Tariq Woolen, as he should be. What a guy. And yeah, that wraps up our awards. Top
Nice.
3.
So who do you guys pick right now for coach of the year?
I give it to Jacob if he holds on to his record. He actually, if he sustains his success, Jacob gets my vote. If he doesn't, give it to. If John makes playoffs, give it to Giants John. If not, give it to Jacob.
On the game, it's showing Codes as leading coach of the year.
Panthers user makes sense.
I'm second in everything, so I'm second.
Oh, it's a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Right. And then Lathan is third because he's actually carrying this year.
I have a feeling like when Coby was in high school and he kept thinking he was hitting a virgin and she'd be like, nah, you're number 2.
No. How did you know?
How did you know?
Okay, I wasn't prepared for that.
This is why we have John. He's great.
That's all I got. So, all right. So I don't know, guys. I would probably say I would, I know the game's going to be different, but I would say right now I'm most impressed with Marty. I just think
that turnaround he has this year is definitely impressive too. And he's looking like he's going to make the playoffs too. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's the Jags. It's not like he's got the Chiefs and he's made this big jump, So I'm impressed with Marty. And he's an old timer like me, So you can teach an old dog new tricks. Or maybe he's just been holding out this whole time. I don't know. Maybe he taught Lathan.
Us this whole time.
He's Lathan's dad. Maybe he taught Lathan everything he knew. He just wanted to slow play us. So you never know.
Maybe.
All right. Excuse me, guys. So, one other thing I wanted to touch on, we're getting kind of tight on time, but we've had some interesting suggestions in the suggestion box since the last time we talked. Definitely looks like the league wants to do something different with the practice squad, aka the Connor rule. So
that's a crazy rule.
But seems like, and I kind of like it. I was it one of you guys? I can't remember who suggested it. Well, I thought it was you, Dorian. About you can probably protect somebody once, and then after that, if you put them back in, you can't keep bouncing people. And I agree with that because in the NFL they want to keep doing that. I mean, because in the NFL they really can't protect them. They can, they can sign them
anytime.
Yeah. So, but at the same token, we do some of that stuff just to stop, like some of us have lives, and some of us are Jacob and Connor, and they seem like they're always on. So,
never mind. I'll go ahead.
I'm just teasing, but not everybody has the same amount of time to be always looking and whatnot. So that's why we put the waiver thing in there, and I think for the most part it works out pretty well. But I do agree that, if you pull somebody up and then put them back down, then then that's that. So what are you guys thinking? You think that's going to have some traction at the end of the season?
I like how we did it this year to where like instead of like having practice squad open before week one and everybody can just snatch their players, I like that week one had to be waiver claim to fill practice squad. I definitely like that idea. That way it's fair game for everybody. People are not just snatching and grabbing. I like that idea. But if you claim somebody week one and you're awarded that person, if he hits the practice squad again, let's say week 4 or 5, you should be able to keep protecting him. Like after you protect him once, you can't protect him again. So I say one player gets more protection per year. And once you use it on one guy, because if that's the case, nobody will be able to touch practice squad players. It always be like people hoarding players. So I don't like that people just sit there and hoard players. That it isn't like really fair.
And for me, the claiming period is usually after advance, which is overnight usually. We have usually 12 hours to claim somebody.
Right.
And most of the time after I play a game during a weekday, I'm going straight to bed. So, I mean, I'm not reaping practice squads like that. And I don't know. I just don't like seeing teams like there's a lot of teams like the Saints and AJ situation with the Chiefs where they don't have any cap space and he only has 4 wide receivers currently on roster. And I don't know, some teams, not naming any names, but have 4 hidden dev running backs on roster that it could really help somebody else out. So
I get it. Well, I think there's a lot of great suggestions. So make sure, that's going to be, I'm sure going to be something we're going to probably take a vote on. So keep putting your opinions in the suggestion box. Or if you see one that you really like, that actually makes it easier. Put a positive emoji or whatever on something you like. Because if we see one that's got 7, we see the opposite too, where we see some that have,
thumbs down.
There's like 10 thumbs down and it's like, well, that was a bad idea. So we just skip right over those. So nice. And I think the other thing that really everybody kind of is asking for, and we already touched on it, but it seems like people would enjoy seeing us do some live commentary on a game. And I really, man, if I can just get a little faster at the editing, I would really love to do that thing we've talked about in the past, which is whoever seems to get the most butthurt this week, we go and like dice. It was Connor this week. If week 1 it was Dorian.
I'm about to say week 1 was me for sure.
And then go in and take a look at that game and because I know when I go back and look at my games and I'm like, how did you do that?
I definitely admitted I played bad after that game. I was mad the game, but I definitely for sure you played like shit. I played so bad.
It happens. And Lord knows I can't play a morning game. I don't know what it is. If I play a game before 10 a.m., I might as well not even show up.
Yeah, and I can't play fresh off work, playing fresh coming off work and playing the game. My mind mentally isn't clear. Yeah, it's not good.
And Coby has to get halfway through a bong before he can even have
with
a chance.
some coffee, or I will throw 5 picks.
So I'm assuming we're at the tail end of the bong tonight because he had a couple opportunities to really stick at the Dorian. He did, and he was nice. So
we still have to play later on.
He wants the ball when we play back on 2K, so he's being nice.
So speaking of, Jacob, what are you doing tomorrow? Does Canada have an equivalent of Thanksgiving or?
Ours was last month. I'm working tomorrow, so that's my day.
I got you. All right. So
in a few hours, but
yeah, so Dorian, what's the big plans for you?
Parade and then go into the game and then have to make 3 stops.
Man, parade. You'd be hanging out with my 83-year-old mom. She loves the parade.
The rest kids of us like it. I got to take all the nephews. So me and my brother be there with the nephews. And then after that, they'll go to my grandparents' crib, get set up. Me and my brother's going to the game.
Nice.
There.
Nice.
I gotta go to my in-laws' house, my grandparents' house, and then I think we're going back to my brother's house. My brother's doing a little something. So yeah.
You're going to the game and 3 houses on a parade tomorrow?
Yep.
Dear Lord. If anybody has a game against Dorian, try to play him tomorrow night because he's going to be wiped.
I'm on a long bye week. It came at a perfect time.
Yeah, I'm on a bye week too. Sucks for me. All right, Coby, what is the Casanova got planned? How many women's houses are you going to have to stop by?
Oh, absolutely not. Thanksgiving is for food and multiple naps. You take multiple naps on Thanksgiving Day.
Nice.
I get the next 2 days. I shouldn't have said that. I get the next 2 days off, so I'm gonna just eat and be in and out of sleep.
Your bank isn't open on Black Friday?
It is. I just have to work Saturday, so I got Friday off.
I got you. I was gonna say, yeah, my bank got hacked this morning. We had a fraudulent check come through, Fortunately, it was on my wife's spending account, so it wasn't a big deal. But I had to go down there and change her account, and it freaks out. I should share a screenshot. They to make sure that the account stays locked. I have a negative $1 million balance in that account right now.
Oh,
It really literally says that it's like -1 and a shit ton of zeros. So,
can't do
Coby
anything
did it.
with that.
so all right. Any parting shots, guys? We got 2.5 minutes.
Jacob sucks. He's going to choke in the playoffs.
Fair.
Denzel won that trade.
Denzel definitely won that trade.
Connor can't pass the football.
Wow. Unbelievable. So, Connor, we hope you have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we love you, Connor.
So, because according to Jacob, you're all the turkey he needed. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. Well, good luck, everybody. In the next segment of the league, we'll see how well our guys predicted, and we'll meet back again, and we'll see how we did. So, thanks,
Sounds good.
everybody. Talk to you soon. Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a good night.